Drago inherited the powers of the Sacred Orb, we thought it would be a blessing. But instead, it's a curse. He can't control his energy, and both of us are being haunted by visions of a sinister masked man called Magmel and his Bakugan Raisinoid. Everywhere we turn, evil forces like Teams Anubius and Cellon are infiltrating Bakugan Inner Space. Luckily, we can count on Marucho and Shun. We just might have a chance of regaining control of Bakugan Inner Space and banishing Magmel for good!
What are you gonna do? The odds are stacked against you. Back against the wall, gotta give it your all. This is the final stand. The power's in your hands. Two worlds collide on the inside. You gotta fight for what's right before it's gone, gone, gone. This is Bakugan.
Marucho.
Hey, Dad. This is a surprise. Is everything okay?
I want you to quit the Battle Brawlers.
What?
Are you serious?
I think it's time you started looking at the big picture.
What are you talking about?
The Bakugan Battle Brawlers back in sync.
He's still got some fight in him, Dan!
I know! Don't worry! He's gotta break sooner or later! That was heavy! Are you okay, buddy?
I'm okay.
I think we're getting closer to having control over him, but still it feels like something's standing in our way.
It's us. We're standing in our own way. We're out of sync.
What are you talking about? You and me are like two peas in a pod, buddy. Come on, bitter batter, dude. Let's get back to it, okay?
You bet.
I can't believe it! Princess Fabia sent us here to learn from the Brawlers. Based on everything I've seen, their skills are pathetic.
I don't know what happened out there. I never expected to see Shun so worn out. I'm surprised. Those definitely weren't the Battle Brawlers that I remember. From the first moment I saw those guys, they were my heroes. The way they just swooped into Nethia to help us fight. It was the coolest thing I had ever seen, and I wanted to be just like them. I don't know what, but something happened to them. I know we were sent here to be their students, but they're obviously in deep trouble. They need our help.
I still don't know what you see in those guys. But even if I agreed with you that they needed our help, Shun made it clear he wasn't interested.
Since Dan left us, you've been doing an incredible job as the new leader. But I can't help wonder if maybe those kids had a point. Perhaps we shouldn't be so proud and accept their help.
No thanks. You and I are doing just fine on our own.
No offense, Shun, but I seem to remember Dan saying the same thing when we offered him our help.
I hear that Dan and Drago have left the Battle Brawlers and that things have been falling apart around you ever since. I also understand that Bakugan Interspace has been dissolving into a chaotic and lawless land.
I wish I could tell you that it wasn't true, Dad.
Perhaps it's time that you put your career as a battler to rest and focus on the problems from a different vantage point.
Huh?
Come work with my team of executives, and together we can try to fix Interspace.
And just leave battling completely?
Just promise me that you'll think about it, okay?
I have so many good memories of my time as a battle brawler. Even though we had our share of hard times, there wasn't anything we couldn't get through when we worked together. We knew that as a team, we were invincible. Those days are gone now, and I feel so alone. Maybe my father is actually right.
Did you say something?
Huh? Oh, I was just thinking out loud. Maybe my dad had a point about me giving up battling, you know?
What?
I'm not a little kid anymore. Since I'm the one who built Interspace, I have a responsibility to make sure it gets fixed. It'll be a bit of an adjustment, but I'll get used to my new life in no time.
I hear you saying the words, Marucho, but I don't know if I believe them.
Seeing this flower wilt makes me think of the Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Just like the petals, one by one, they're each falling away. Soon there will be nothing left but a memory of what once was. And from their demise, Anubius, Master Magnell will be reborn. Do you think anyone will mourn the loss of the Brawlers?
Who cares? All I know for sure is, I'll be the one who takes down Kuso once and for all.
Get it, Drago! Hold tight, you got this! You okay, buddy?
I'm fine, but I'm telling you we're out of sync. Otherwise, scaling that would have been no problem.
You think so?
Drago's right, Dan.
Wavern? Is that you?
Oh, good, you can hear me.
Yes, but we can't see you.
Hearing my words is what's most important. The power of the perfect core has allowed me to communicate with you. You need to reconnect with those who are closest to you.
Well, Dan's right here.
I'm not talking about just physical proximity. The Brawlers share a bond like no other, but right now it's fractured and you need to repair it. You may be far apart, but you mustn't forget that you are forever linked in your hearts. Which is why you must come together now. Because as a team, you can...
Thank you, Wavern.
Oh man, the amount of background information I'm going to have to study is massive.
What you doing?
I'm trying to read up on the current data architecture of Bakugan Interspace.
Why would you do that?
I'm out of touch. If I'm going to solve the issue, I should have a clear understanding of how things operate. So I need to brush up, TriStar.
You're serious about quitting battling then?
That's right. Being a battle brawler was my old life. Now I'm focused on working from inside the Marakura company, just like my father and I discussed.
This is craziness.
What's crazy about it? Oh good, it's ready. Let's see. Well, this is very interesting to say the least. In the last 2 years, the corporation has developed a new software that uses artificial intelligence to troubleshoot and identify the source of inefficiencies within the company. Oh wow! They used it to figure out the problems we were having with one of our soft drink companies. Oh, it looks like that brand wasn't profitable, so the software recommended it be discontinued. Cool! Last year, the software was also used to reformulate the fragrances produced by our perfume company, and then... uh-oh. Wait a sec! It says the perfume was turned into bug spray! With my luck, this software will suggest we fix Interspace by dismantling it! Oh...
Are you sure you're ready to leave the Battle Brawlers, Marucho? Maybe you should have a serious rethink about this change in tactics.
But there's nothing left to turn my back on. The Battle Brawlers have all scattered to the wind. Sure, I've got some wonderful memories of our times together, but it's not enough. Maybe what's best for Bakugan Interspace is that I use my brains for a change instead of my battling skills.
Stop fooling yourself!
Ah.
There's no way you can just give up on brawling. Think of the bond you have with Dan and Shun. You can't break that.
It's time to move on.
That's not the Marucho I know. Battling is in his blood. Not only that, but he'd never give up on his friends and just bail.
Listen, TriStar, you may think you know everything about me, but you haven't even got a clue.
Yeah, well, that's where you're wrong, buddy. I know we've only been partners for a short while, but I had my eye on you long before we met. I bet I know you better than you know yourself.
What?
I may be hot-headed in battle, but when it comes to picking my battling partner, I never make a rash decision. The whole reason I wound up in Bakugan Interspace was because I was on a journey to find myself and my one true partner. And there were tons of willing battlers, but none of them seemed quite right to me. I didn't feel any kind of connection. So I continued my search, constantly keeping my eyes and ears open, hoping that I would receive some kind of sign that would show me who I was meant to end up with. I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't settle for anyone who I didn't feel a connection with, even if that meant my search would last for years. I didn't care. I knew it's what I had to do. And then one day, it finally happened! The second I saw